it's been about 13 weeks since Gina broke her ankle, and so far so good. She's walking around fine, and she's not really in pain or anything like that anymore. But the one thing she hasn't done is ride a bicycle. So it's about 20 to 6. It's a beautiful day. We're going to head on to the village and we're going to get ourselves an ice cold beer. Although Gina is probably going to have a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
One of the nice things about cycling on a hot day is that you've got wind blowing past you the whole time. So although it's hot, it actually feels a lot cooler than if you were just walking or just sitting directly in the sun. Now we're just about to pull up into our local village called Sueleda. So we've just come to the local cafe called Salvado, just in the background. And my good friend Christina, she's not actually here today, but her mother's here. Yeah, we are going to come back and we're going to film the cafe once Christina's here. Okay. Obrigado. Até logo. Até logo. Okay, so now we are on our way to Cravo Cafe. Now Cravo Cafe actually is a cafe. I think I was calling the Mercado back there a cafe. Actually, that's a shop. Christina's shop is a shop. This is now a cafe. So we're just going to chill here. We're going to have an ice cold beer, because why not? Oh, yes. Obrigado. Cheers. Look at this. Cheers, Gina.
Cheers. Salud.
Salude. Oh, that is so good. It's exactly what you need after a boiling hot day like this.
Well, that was better than I thought, riding up the road. So the only bits that are difficult are the stopping when you put your feet on the floor to stop. But that's just because I'm nervous on a bicycle. So it's still a little bit bruised here and down here. And I think that's just where ligaments and things are healing. But it doesn't hurt to poke it loads.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Christina! Sim, yeah. Maria! Tudo bem? Now I really wanted to show you Christina's shop, but I totally forgot that I'm supposed to bring them some of my olive oil. I keep promising her that I'm going to bring some of the olive oil from the OKportugal farm, and unfortunately I haven't. So I'm going to try and bring some of that tomorrow. And then I really do want to film the shop. I'm hoping it's going to make it into this episode. For now, we're just going to go home, and it's getting a little bit late. It's time to start a fire and make ourselves a braai. So this is always a funny part, is opening up the front door and letting out the dog dogs, because Well, you'll hear in a second, I think. Listen to Mimosa. Listen to the noise that she makes when we come home. She gets very excited.
She's not going to do it now.
She's not very excited?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Where's the noise? Give us the noise. What's going on, Mimo? Do you know what it is? We weren't gone long enough. That's what it is.
Well, we weren't in the car either.
She didn't miss us enough to give us the special noise. And look, Nanook's outside. Hello, my baby.
Shadows falling on the walls again, dancing with ghosts of the people I've been. Have they gone and died, or are they living here inside? Silhouettes walking down the avenue, twilight's asking me, what are you planning to do with the years and time between now and the end of the line? Start. On my patchwork heart, don't wanna tear it apart. I'm ready to start on this patchwork heart.
Now, if this is the first time that you've ever tuned into this channel, I'm a South African who currently lives in Central Portugal between Fundão and Castelo Branco. We have this beautiful 3.5 hectare farm, and fortunately we have some really amazing neighbors who help us along the way. Now, for the last 1.5 years we've experienced 2 summers and 2 winters, and this is our second summer. Now, our neighbor Joaquin, he's been around with his tractor, and he's helped us to get this field, which is behind me here, into good condition for planting and for growing corn. He tirelessly worked for a couple of days with his tractor, getting the soil all nice and soft, and he came with this amazing machine where they planted like a whole bunch of corn. You can actually catch that on one of our previous episodes, and I'll stick a link to it up on the screen. But now that all the corn is in, it's probably been about, I would say, 10 days or so. We've had this incredibly hot weather. It's gone up to like 39, 40 degrees. There's been absolutely no rain. There's been no precipitation. And it's just incredible. Look at this. Look how these things have grown. So this is the soil. Now, at the moment it just looks like dry, dusty sand. There's a few stones in it. It doesn't really look like much, but we've had amazing stuff growing in here. Last year we did corn again. We've had some really nice green manures and grasses growing over here. Thank you, Mimosa. This is our beautiful little doggy Mimosa. And now look at this. No rain or anything, but we've got all of this corn just growing up. Just rows and rows and rows, and that's without any irrigation whatsoever in 40-degree heat. It really is an incredible crop. Now, at this time of year, in the middle of summer, it gets far too hot during the day for people to do pretty much anything. You know, like the temperatures are 35 plus, going all the way up to 40, and so you'll find right now is probably like the quietest time of day. It's about 2 p.m. It's just after lunch. There's absolutely no one out in the fields. You can't hear any tractors. It's dead quiet, but that's just because it's just too sweltering hot to do anything. So first thing in the morning, all the farmers do all of the stuff that they need to do. Last thing in the evening, they do everything that they need to do. And during the day, I think they're inside, they're in the dark, they're in the cool, and everyone's just chilling out. Now we're just walking over here to where, this is where we used to have Bob, our campervan. Now Bob the campervan is what we drove to Portugal in from England with all of our pets. And we used to have him on this very spot. So this was where he was parked. But unfortunately it was way too exposed. It's so hot at the moment and he was just getting absolutely baked. So we moved Bob in a couple of episodes back. So we moved him back in that direction over there. So he's in our olive grove at the moment. And we were trying to give him a little bit of shade so that, so he doesn't cook as much. Let's go and see how that's worked. I checked the other day and it was really hot. Now in the summertime like this, all of the grass is pretty much dead unless you irrigate with tons and tons of water. And obviously that's just not a very good thing to do. So all of the farmers around here are predominantly sheep farmers. Now they need food for the sheep. And if there's absolutely no grass for the sheep to eat, then there's a big problem. So you'll notice in our other videos that they like to bale the grass from the spring, and then they use that almost like an emergency supply. So, well, not an emergency supply, but like a summer supply. So, there's obviously tons of grass in the winter, and at the beginning of spring, they cut all the grass, turn it into hay bales, and that's kind of what they're feeding the sheep at the moment inside the barns and things. But sheep are eating machines, and so they need a lot more than that. And this is where the corn comes in. So as you can see, this corn grows with absolutely no irrigation. It survives the hot summer temperatures. It's nice and green. It's full of moisture. And if you don't irrigate it, it won't grow actual corn cobs. But the sheep aren't interested in eating corn cobs. They just want the nice green, sort of luscious corn stalks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're growing in the bottom field. Our neighbor Joaquin's done all of the work, and his sheep are going to get the benefit from that. But there's also lots of other things that Joaquin helps us with on the farm. So it's a nice symbiotic relationship. We help each other out. And at the moment, while we don't have a tractor, it's nice to have someone who has the tractor, who has the knowledge and the experience. Anyway, let's go and see what's happening with Bob the campervan. I'm willing to bet it's very hot in there right now. So here he is, the famous Bob the campervan. Now we fitted in here with DogDog, our big golden retriever German Shepherd cross, and our 2 cats. We packed a whole bunch of stuff and drove all the way from England all the way up to Portugal. And Bob took us there without any problems, apart from me losing a petrol cap. But yeah, so we've kind of parked him underneath these olive trees here, and the sun, well, the west is there, sorry, the east is there, so the sun starts there and works its way across. So he kind of gets half shade and half shade, apart from midday where it sort of comes down fully. But Gina was using Bob as a sort of office space, and obviously in these temperatures it's not very comfortable to be sitting in here. So let's go and have a look how hot he is. Oh yeah, look at that, 34.3 degrees. So that's actually not too bad. He's been a lot hotter than that. I was in here the other day and he was like 47. So that's crazy. But yeah, we've opened up the roof vents, and I guess that's helping, huh? Yeah, good old Bob. Anyway, that's still too hot. Gina can't sit in here and work, So when she's got stuff to do, like on her blog and things like that, 34 degrees is way too hot. So we've come on, Mimo. So fortunately we have another place where Gina can work. Our house has got like a spare room. It's completely separate from the rest of the house, and it's going to be a lot cooler in there. So Gina set herself up like a little temporary office space in there. Hello, Doug. What's going on, boy? So this over here is like a fly net, and I don't know if you can see, look how many flies are already on the outside. Flies are really bad here in Central Portugal, especially along like the farmlands and stuff. So here we go. So Gina's got a little bit of space in here. Say hello to YouTube.
Hello YouTube.
Yeah, so this is our spare room. It's got like a little day bed on the side here. We gave it a paint and we painted up the floor, but it needs a little bit of TLC, I think. We need to get like a proper insulated window, and we also need to get a proper insulated front door on it, because it's just got like a metal door. But what we want to do on the space is use this as like a guest bedroom for like when we have people over, you know, clean and tidy it up, maybe put a little wood burner inside. I think that'll be quite nice. Now at the moment we've got like all of our dog food and stuff in here. We keep our Berkey water filter over here. If you don't know what that is, we did an episode about it a while ago. We keep our drinking water supply over here. And yeah, so I think it works well. I think it works really well.
It does.
So Gina, what are you up to?
I am having a look at Patreon. I'll say it both ways, just for clarity.
Yeah. Yes, you heard that right. We are starting a Patreon account. Now, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a place where fans can pay a monthly or yearly subscription to support their favorite content creators. So, for instance, if you were to become a Patreon for OKportugal and pay a small monthly fee, you'll get access to a whole bunch of bonus content, early releases and things like that. Now, we are still finalizing exactly what we're going to be offering, and as soon as it's all up and ready, we will definitely be telling you guys all about it. Now, this is just a way that our fans and super fans can basically give something back to the channel. Over the last 2 years, we've spent lots of time, energy, and also lots of money upgrading things like our laptops, drones, cameras, lenses, etc. So Patreon is a really good way for us to help grow our channel. I nearly fell off my bicycle there. We are outside Salvador Mini Mercado, and this is Christina.
Hello.
Hola Christina, tudo bem?
Thank you.
I have a present for you. Some OKportugal azeite.
Awesome. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So I want to show you inside Christina's shop. This is Christina's mother. This is Anna.
Anna.
Hello Anna. Tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
So yes, this is their shop, and they have a whole bunch of stuff. They've got a whole bunch of local produce. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out is there's this stuff here. Apparently, this is the #1 cream of Portugal. This is all local produce. And this one over here, this is a toothpaste. And this toothpaste has been around since 1932. And there's a whole bunch of different things. This one over here is a soap made from donkey milk, apparently. That's
Yes,
correct, from
yes.
donkey milk, yeah.
Yes.
And this one over here is
Sabonete Portuguese.
Portuguese, okay.
Yes.
So Portuguese sabonete, okay.
Sabonete.
Nice.
Aqui também sabonete português, confiança.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sabonete confiança. Sabonete português também.
Okay.
Tudo português. Produtos português.
And all of this
Todos
as well?
Aqui local.
Yeah?
Cakes.
Cakes, yeah. So
Cakes português e local.
it's
Tudo
all local stuff.
Yes, yes, tudo local.
Very, very nice.
Mel.
And this is from a place called Termos, which is local.
Quinta dos Termos.
Quinto dos Termos.
Termos tem os vinhos.
And this is the wine that comes from that farm.
Like
We've got some other wines here from El Pedrinha, Cova de Beira,
Cova de Beira,
and this is a whole bunch of local cheeses. So this is all Sueleiro cheese.
queijo de ovelha.
Oh, queijo de ovelha, okay.
Ovelha.
Yeah, so sheep cheese.
Yes.
Yes.
Picante.
Okay, picante, so it's got
Picante.
pepper,
Mistura.
a mixture of
Mistura ovelha, e
ovelha
vaca.
and vaca. Okay, so
Vaca.
cow and sheep milk.
Sim. E queijo corno.
Corno, okay.
Queijo corno.
Okay.
Pão local.
Yeah, so local breads.
Negro. Mistura.
Nice.
fritas
Very, very nice.
E
Excellent. And we've got things like olive oil, so we've got azeite, and we've got some more wines here,
mel.
some more honeys. So she's got lots of stuff. And over here, a whole bunch of snacks. And then on this side, she's got all of the stuff with lots of sugar. This is all the azúcar, the sweeties.
Yes.
So there's things like chips and... Ah, yes, okay, let's not forget this side. A whole bunch more wines. Tons of wines. Portugal is really well known for its excellent and cheap wines. And then if you're into things like cereals and biscuits and everything, it's all on this side. And then we come through to this section. So this is all of the fruit and the vegetables are local,
Local.
except for the melancia is
Melancia de Ladoeiro.
from Ladoeiro. Okay, so all of this is local.
Tomate, tudo português. Fruta, tudo português.
Okay, excellent. And then over here, all of the wines up here, this is all local Portuguese wines. So this is all here and local. This is more sort of national, it's not local. And then over here we've got things like salicias, which are sausages, and chorizos and things like that,
Sim.
and butter and yogurt.
Sim. Aqui, tudo. Aqui.
Okay. Yeah, and then in the back here there's sort of homeware stuff. So there's things like charcoal and tablecloths and gloves and detergents, and then there's also sort of like little knickknacks and stuff that you can buy for your house. So very cool. Oh, and then across here, I mean, look, there's like coffees and tinned goods. So Christina has everything.
Everything.
Everything. Tudo bom.
Tudo bem, tudo bem. Tudo português.
Sim.
Yes.
Yeah, Christina is great. She is always very, very friendly, and she helps me learn Portuguese. Every time I come here, I learn a new word. So Christina helps me to follow Portuguese.
Ah,
Yes.
you mean English.
Yes, and I'm helping her with English.
English.
Sim.
English, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, and this is where I come and buy lots of beers.
beers,
Yeah.
beers, Sagres.
Yeah,
Portuguese.
usually she has some frescas, so she puts a
Frescas.
couple of cold ones in there for me. Yeah. So thank you, Christina, for showing me around your shop. It's been good. And if any of you guys on YouTube are in the area, if you're in Soleira, please do come and stop by and do pay her a visit. She's got an amazing shop. She's a lovely, friendly woman, and she's a really good friend of mine. Please come inside, buy some of her local produce.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Thank you.
So as I was leaving, I just noticed she's got an OKportugal sticker. We will have those available for the rest of the world to buy soon, but yeah, she's already got one. Muito obrigado, Christina.
Obrigada, Kevin.
Até logo. Até
Até
amanhã.
logo. Até amanhã, Kevin.
Até amanhã.
Obrigada. Tchau.
Ciao.
Adeus.
Now that pretty much wraps it up for this week's episode of Portugal Farm Life. I really hope you have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making it. It's been quite a varied one. We've had a little bit of village life, a little bit of farm life, a little bit of everything really. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below. And also let me know who's interested in getting a OKportugal sticker, because we printed a whole bunch of those. We're just trying to figure out a way that we can start shipping these out to people. And join us next week, same time, same place, and we'll have another episode for you. All the best, everyone. Tamanya at the logo. Ciao.
Shadows falling on the walls again, dancing with ghosts